So what we do when we come to the boat, you can go straight to your cabins, and I believe you all know your room numbers, right?
Traffic, you could be at home. Really? Could be Los Angeles.
These houses are not very convenient to live in because they are mainly made of prefabricated concrete blocks, and they are quite hot in summer and quite cold in winter. But the apartments in such houses would be cheaper than in houses constructed in 1950s. We are the best. Just for you to know. I'm sure you'll know it.
Here we go, boys. Bread and salt is a welcoming.
Right of it, the two-story building is a gate into now nowhere, but used to be a gate into the settlement next to the Kremlin. Also used to be the committee for state security.
Moskva River. Headquarters
typical 18th century Moscow. In the end of 1970s, there was built Hilton, which is bigger than this one in Las Vegas, for 6. So the Kremlin is not the building. The Kremlin built a fortified town, and you can see the wall of the 15th century, you can see the churches of the 15th century, you can see the Grand Kremlin Palace, the residence of Tsars in the 19th century, and nowadays official reception hall of Russian presidents and the government. So the Kremlin, the historical museum, and of course the office of the president of Russia.
And the bus.
That's a classical Kremlin panorama on your right. Stand with their cameras, with the camera at the back, reporting about the situation in Russia.
Reconstructed Church of Christ the Redeemer, 1999.
This is
Soccer
one of
stadium.
the places where 1980 Summer Olympics took place. You can see also now workers,
Moscow State University.
students, and military men. Yeah.
View from Sparrow Hill, soccer stadium, city. Oh, better view, Moscow State University. Nice flowers. Begonias. Stella and Victory Park. Second World War. Going down in the subway. There it goes down very fast. Way down. Way up there.
I didn't mention one thing when we were on the top. Probably you definitely noticed the arch of Triumph, the Triumph Gate. It was built after the war with Napoleon, because this road we were coming along is actually the Western Road, the Western way. Going non-stop, you will find yourself in Paris. Well, this is Kutuzov, who was the commander of Russian army during the war with Napoleon. And these are the generals of head staff of Russian army during that time. So that's why you can find there, like on the ground, the banners of Napoleon, Yeah, so symbolizing the victory of that time. And the flags of Russian army.
Yeah, we got little pictures. Trains go by once every minute. Charge you 50 cents, 15 rubles. Entrance to Red Square. Corner of Red Square, Natural History Museum. Another view. Church built to celebrate the victory over the Poles in 1700. Walls of the Kremlin. Presidential office building. Inside, Lenin's tomb, built in front of the Kremlin. Balcony there is where the officials used to stand watching the parade. Big church tower, one side of the Kremlin. St. Basil's Church, built to honor the victory over the Tartars. Another view of the church. I don't know who the statues are, but they're honoring something. Other side is Groom Department Store. State store, now all private. Another view of Groom. Entering the Kremlin. Looking back, Trinity Tower.
Of nice guards here. Since that time, actually, nothing to be changed here without a certain permission. Whatever we see here probably will stay forever. I hope so.
Built in 1691 as a barracks,
So they have different types
still used for the palace.
Let's say,
guards. Palace of Congress. This is where they used to meet for their 5-year plan. Constructed under Khrushchev. Seats 7,000 people. Pretty big place. Building built by Catherine as a Senate during the Soviet era. It was the offices of the people who were running the country. Presidential building built in the 1920s. Putin still works there. The Tsar cannon, built in 1586. Basically to scare the hell out of anybody approaching Red Square. Tsar Bell, 200 tons, 17 meters high. Never used because when it was founded, it was a fire and it got cracked. Supposed to be heard 50 kilometers away. Never happened. See the cracks? 16-ton piece fell out. We're in Cathedral Square.
So you wouldn't like to
The faceted palace, that's where the Tsar had his hearing room. That is the women's quarters of the Tsar's palace. Tsar's palace extends on the other side of that wall. This is the Church of the Ascension. Used to get baptized here. Here we have the State Church. All these were built 15th century, late 1400s, mostly by Italian architects. There's a mosaic over the State Church. The Patriarch's Palace and Church built a little later. Bell Tower, something like 17 bells, the biggest one in that high